Hello, welcome to the Southpaw channel. If you're new here, this channel is about me sharing my knowledge on finance and investment so that at the end of the video, you will be smarter and wiser. Today's topic is about how I retired this early at 26 and what motivates me to retire this early. Retirement means different things to different people. To me, what retirement means is that I stop working for somebody else and I can do so once my portfolio and net worth reaches a certain stage. Working for somebody else now couldn't bring the best compensation to my time. I think that taking the leap of faith and jump out of the workforce and venture onto something of my own have always fascinated me. However, I'm only human, and humans by nature are very certainty driven. We have the desire and the need to want things to be certain, and I took a little while to convince myself to stop working for others. So part of what got me to stop working for others was I believe that people in their 20s can take the biggest amount of risks. Because we are young and we have no obligations yet, the risk to reward ratio is just a no-brainer, so I chose the path of uncertainty. So why do I choose to do YouTube after retirement? The first answer is because I am an investor. Most of the time I'm assets rich and cash poor. Most of my money goes to buying more and more assets that brings more money into my pocket. So with cash tied down to investment, I asked myself what is the lowest cost of business I can do, and I figured out having a good camera and a good mic is all I need to constantly churn out content with no additional expense. So doing YouTube works out to be the perfect business model for me. However, I wouldn't say producing a YouTube video is easy. You first have to do a lot of research and scripting. The filming have to be engaging and the editing have to suit the theme of the video. I was just an investor with no prior experience in video productions, but I believe in just doing and pushing through. I believe in failing and learning, so every video just gets a bit better and better. The improvement compounds. So speaking of compounding, every video I publish, it reaches out to more people. When I post a new video, my old video gets viewed, and if just one video gets viral, they will check out my other videos as well. So as you can see from here, my watch hours double from May to June. I firmly believe in the power of compounding work, and I feel that YouTube is one of those platforms that my work will compound over and over. Hence it's okay for me to just take the short-term pain of slowing down my income to do YouTube. The most important reason of why I started this Southpaw channel was because I see a problem that I want to solve and address. I was never a follower or a sheep that blindly followed the status quo without questioning about things. I mean, these traits of mine do get me into trouble sometimes, especially when I question the authority. But it also gave me the independent thinking and critical reasoning that I need when it comes to investing. I realized that critical thinking is not something that is easy to pick up, where majority of the society have been conditioned in a way to follow orders for a good 20 to 40 years. Complying with the system to go to school and sit in your chair for 8 hours and being told not to say anything and just listen. Going through a system like this is hard for people to think out of the box, and they think the only solution to financial independence is to play it safe, go to school, graduate and safely climb the corporate ladder, exchanging their time for money. I personally think living like this is a very limited life. There are better ways of doing things, and I'm very motivated when it comes to finance related stuff, and hence I want to share this knowledge of mine to you guys. If you want to help me out, you can simply like this video and subscribe to my channel. So the how I retired at 26 is not very exciting. Before I could own any stocks due to age requirement, I was trading paper and physical gold bullion for extra income. I start off the same as anyone, just exchanging my time for money working for others. The key difference, however, was I started working and investing early. I made the mistakes early, such as diversifying my investment into 8 to 9 companies without much research. Making the mistakes early helps me to become a better investor I am now. I started off as a value investor, trying to calculate intrinsic value and finding out mispricing of businesses, just like any other decent boomer investor. My early days mentor was Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Ray Dalio and Bill Ackman. So next I started trading luxury Japanese whiskey and became one of the biggest private sellers in Singapore. So for your information, the Yamazaki Japanese whiskey prices have outperformed the stock market by a significant margin over the years. But this will be a story for another day. So COVID came and the demand for luxury goods is not as much anymore. I channeled my funds to buy essential businesses like Kimlee. So up to date, Kimlee had a 93% increase, but I sold before this. So that's another mistake I have made and learned. I'll link a video up and down below if you guys are interested. I recommend starting as early as you can. For me, the first 3 years of investment return wasn't much. 95% of my net worth comes from trading my time for money when I was 22. However, fast forward to today, close to 45% of my net worth was the result of my side hustle and investment returns. I believe that building wealth is how much value you can provide to others, and making money is a knowledge gap. I don't think working for others will exceed the value I can bring by sharing my knowledge through doing videos like this. I realized that the concept of money and having a rich mindset does not come naturally to others. I was conscious of money perhaps because of the harsher environment I grew up in. I think that in this age, the general public are addicted to consumerism and spending way too much without thinking. I hope that this channel can help them minimize all this financial catastrophe. So what helped me to retire early in 26 was actually very simple concepts that you can find in a book like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Basically, it's just don't overspend, identify what is an actual asset. So be disciplined over the years and delay the things that you want to buy. Buy assets that will pay you to free up your time. And use the time to learn new skills. And use the new skills to reach new heights. The principles and concepts are simple to understand, so what is hard is to execute and have the discipline to stick through it. I've made a video on Millionaire mindset discussing about what made a multi-millionaire successful. I'll link the video up and down below for your reference. So besides talking about principles and concepts, I do release video covering about options, technical analysis, how to read macro trends, and sometimes just my worldview on things. The poor mindset, the certainty mindset, and the scarcity mindset are the problems that I want to solve for now. So do help me out by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you next week.